Delton Herald, the Stratford Star, the Milford Mirror, and the Valley Gazette.
Hersam Acorn and HANradio.com. The leader in local news, sports, arts, and entertainment in southwestern Connecticut.
This is your coffee break on HANradio.com.
It's Wednesday, August 12th, and this is your coffee break live on the HAN network. We have a lot of headlines for you today, including an update on a missing Easton couple and a shooting overnight in Bridgeport. Later in the hour, we're going to be joined by some friends from the Connecticut Beardsley Zoo to talk about a new exhibit that's opening there. And we're also going to be announcing the winners of our Watch and Win Wednesday ticket giveaway to the cast of Beatlemania coming to the Ridgefield Playhouse. But first, on to some headlines today. The Easton Police Department and other Connecticut law enforcement agencies continue to seek the whereabouts of Jeanette Navin, 55 years old, and her husband Jeffrey Navin, 56, who mysteriously disappeared August 4th. On Tuesday, more details about the couple were emerging, including that Jeffrey Navin runs J&J Refuse Company of Westport. According to the Secretary of State's office, Jeffrey Navin is listed as the president of J&J Refuse, Inc., which was incorporated in Connecticut in 1985 with a business address of 37 Osborne Farm Road in Weston, where the couple resided until this June. A phone call to J&J Refuse's listed phone number Tuesday had a recording that said, "Due to a family emergency, some of our collections have been delayed. We apologize for any inconvenience." The Navins, formerly of Weston, who recently moved to Easton, were reported missing on August 7th by family members who said they last saw the couple August 4th. A vehicle belonging to the Navins was located by the state police on August 9th in Westport off exit 42 of the Merritt Parkway. Easton police are working with other law enforcement agencies in an effort to find the missing couple. Easton Police Chief Tim Shaw said officers worked throughout the weekend in an attempt to locate the couple with no results. Louis Bray, Director of Human Resources at Weston Public Schools, said Jeanette Navin has been employed by Weston School District for the past 18 years. She's been a paraprofessional in the library at the Weston Intermediate School since 2005. Prior to that, she worked at Hurlburt Elementary School. Weston School Superintendent Colleen Palmer called Jeanette Navin a beloved employee and said she was deeply troubled over the disappearance of the Navins. Easton Police are asking anyone with information about Jeanette or Jeffrey to call them at 203-268-4111. In Milford, a 15-year-old Milford boy who was missing last week was found but is now missing again, police said. According to police, David Ayers, who's 15 years old, was reported missing on August 5th but was later found at Grove Circle in Milford. In a statement released Tuesday, police said David left his home on foot August 9th and cannot be found. David Ayers is described as a white male, 5 feet 5 inches tall, 175 pounds, with brown hair and green eyes. Anyone with information regarding his whereabouts is asked to contact the Milford PD at 203-878-6551. You can also visit milfordpd.org and click Crime Tips. Well, the West Nile virus has been found in mosquitoes in Stratford. The Stratford Health Department announced Tuesday that the Connecticut Agriculture Experimental Station reported Cullex restaurant's mosquitoes trapped at Beacon Point on August 5th tested positive for the virus. Health Director Andrea Bossavan urged residents to take quick and easy steps to prevent exposure to mosquito bites, such as wearing long sleeves, especially at dawn and dusk, to use insect repellent. Town Environmental Conservation Administrator Christina Batto said Cullex restons is primarily a bird-biting mosquito, but it can bite humans. She said the best defense is to get rid of standing water in flower pots, bird baths, trash cans, and their lids, anything that collects water, effectively removing the perfect breeding ground for mosquitoes. Batto said the best way to reduce the risk is to keep mosquitoes out of your home by securing windows and screens. Most people who are infected with West Nile virus and become ill will have a mild illness that may include fever, headache, body aches, nausea, vomiting, skin rash. In rare cases, people develop a severe form of the illness that can include neck stiffness, disorientation, loss of consciousness, and severe health consequences if they become infected with the West Nile virus. The Connecticut Agricultural Experimental Station has information on mosquito surveillance control and mosquito-borne illnesses. To find out more, visit caes.state.ct.us. According to the Valley Indy, 2 people were burned during a house fire in Ansonia at the corner of Finney Street and Greenfield Drive. There were injuries are thought not to be life-threatening, according to police, but the injured people were an elderly woman and her adult son. Police estimated the son to be in his 50s. Their names were not immediately available, according to the Valley Indy. The house is located at 2 Greenfield Drive. The son was injured while getting his mother and 2 dogs out of the burning home, firefighters said. A neighbor also helped get the elderly woman out of the ranch-style house. Ansonia Fire Marshal Ray Tingley was still on the scene as of 9 a.m. this morning investigating. Tingley was the first on the scene and actually called the fire into dispatch. That was about roughly 8 a.m. Mayor David Cassetti and Alderman Patrick Henry were on the scene as well. Cassetti confirmed the 2 injuries. Derby firefighters were also called to the incident, and that story will be updated as more information becomes available. In Darien, after a 2-week trial and 2 days of deliberations, a federal jury has returned a verdict finding that a special education aide employed by the Darien Board of Education sexually abused a 12-year-old student there who had Down syndrome in a town elementary school. The special education aide is Zachary Hassick, the nephew of Darien's then director of special education, Robin Pavia. The child's parents initially claimed Hassick sexually assaulted their son at Tokenique School. The lawsuit alleged that Hassick was hired during Pavia's tenure as paraprofessional to assist the boy, who is named John Doe in the suit. The suit further claimed originally that Hassick was not a certified teacher or special ed teacher, but the schools argue he did not teach John Doe. The student told his teacher, Melissa Bellino, that Hassick had exposed himself while they were alone, but Bellino told him not to say anything and that he would get into trouble, according to the suit. Eventually, John told his parents, who reported the incident to then Assistant Superintendent Steve Falcone. Falcone then informed the Department of Children and Families, or DCF, and also had school employees interview the student. The employees conducting the interview told John Doe's parents that they believed his story of abuse. Hassick was then placed on administrative leave. John's parents also told the Darien police about the incident, who referred it to the Child Guidance Center of Southern Connecticut, which is the protocol for handling allegations of sexual abuse of a person with disabilities. The center also confirmed the allegations to be true, and the DCF did as well in their investigation. 2 months later, however, the center reversed its findings because Hassick passed a lie detector test. 5 months later, he was back to work in Darien. Dr. Stephen Falcone, Darien's assistant superintendent at the time, admitted at this trial that the videotaped interview of the student's account was not viewed or considered as part of the school district's internal investigation before Hassick was reinstated by Darien schools. The jury returned a unanimous yes verdict on the question of whether Hassick had sexually abused John Doe. John Doe's family hailed the jury's verdict as an advancement of the rights of people with disabilities, demonstrating that when a child with a disability alleges that they are sexually abused, their words must be given the same weight and consideration of that of an allegation made by a child without a disability. And there's a lot more on that story at DarienTimes.com. In Bridgeport overnight, police responded to a non-fatal shooting near the intersection of Newfield Avenue and Stratford Avenue and are asking the public for assistance in finding the suspects. Around 10:53 p.m. on Tuesday, the Bridgeport Police Department received a call regarding a victim who's Abdul Nelson, age 35, being shot. Nelson suffered injuries to his upper leg, lower right leg, and 2 fingers on his left hand. He was transported to Bridgeport Hospital, and his condition was non-life-threatening. Nelson stated that he was on the front porch when he heard a shot and felt the bullet. He said he did not know where the shots came from. 2 witnesses near Nelson stated that they heard 3 or 4 shots in the direction of Stratford Avenue and Newfield Avenue, and then saw a vehicle take off. If anyone has information regarding the incident, you can contact Detective John Ten at 203-581-5243. Going to bring in Rob Adams right now for a look at the weather. Rob, what's going on?
Good morning, Kate. Good morning, everyone. We've got a mostly sunny day, highs in the lower 80s, with a northwest wind from 5 to 10 for tonight. Partly cloudy, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in the evening, then mostly cloudy after midnight. We're going to let it all hang out. Sorry, couldn't resist. Low in the lower 60s. Sunny, highs around 80. Hopefully you got the Eric Clapton reference. Mostly clear for Thursday night, lows in the lower 60s. And for Friday, sunny, highs in the mid 80s. As we move along, we send it back over to Kate. Looking pretty nice outside, Kate, as we roll through this Wednesday. Back over to you.
All right. Thanks, Rob. Well, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to get a look back on this day in history with Don Eng, and we're also going to be talking a little bit of sports with you, Rob. So that and a lot more is coming up on your coffee break after this.
Your child has fallen and broken his arm. You need to see an orthopedist fast. Think Coastal Ortho Express in Norwalk. Don't wait hours in the ER. Save a trip and money by going straight to an orthopedic specialist at Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care in Norwalk. No appointment necessary. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, 203-845-2070. Open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or call 203-845-2070. Fast.
A variety of food trucks, hands-on activities, live music, a different theme every night, plus top women's tennis. It's the 2015 Connecticut Open presented by United Technologies. Be there as some of the world's best competed at the largest pro tennis event in New England. And catch famous players John McEnroe, James Blake, and more in the men's Legends event presented by PowerShare Series. It all adds up to one legendary week, August 21st through the 29th, at the Connecticut Tennis Center in New Haven. Get your tickets at ctopen.org.
The long winter is finally astern. Bait is invading the harbors, coves, and inlets. Stripers, fluke, and porgies are on the move. In the streams and lakes, trout, smallmouth, largemouth, and walleye have moved out of hibernation. At the dock shop, it's all systems go. And now in two locations, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, and their newest location at 609 Riverside Avenue in Westport. Bait, tackle, apparel, and of course, all the marine and nautical accessories that they're known for are ready for you at the dock shop. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport. Visit us at dockshop.com.
Healthy, confident smiles begin at Stratford Orthodontics. Conveniently located on Main Street, we are Stratford's hometown orthodontist. We offer the latest in orthodontic technology, including Damon braces and Invisalign. We always accept new patients. Call today to schedule a complimentary consultation. 203-375-8332. Stratford Orthodontics, 2499 Main Street, Stratford. 203-375-8332, and online at stratfordsmile.com.
Alliance. We are an industry leader in coordinating transportation for large events such as corporate road shows, conferences, and special events. Our team of experts understands the dynamics and logistics of high-pressure situations and complex arrangements, all within a rapidly changing environment. Since 1999, we have added charter jets, event management, and personal protection to our range of services. Mention this ad for $25 off your next round-trip reservation. Alliance and you. Together, we can achieve the extraordinary. 855-546-6996 or alliancelimo.com.
Hersam Acorn and HANradio.com.
And we're back with more of your Wednesday edition of this coffee break on the HAN network. Kate Czaplinski. And now it's time to take a look back. So I'm going to throw it to Donald Eng with his history report.
What do a surprisingly gruesome nursery rhyme and the multi-billion-dollar music industry have in common? I'll tell you in a minute, but first, we start in 30 BC. Cleopatra VII, the last ruler of the Egyptian Ptolemaic dynasty, commits suicide, allegedly by means of inducing an asp to bite her. Cleopatra had supported Mark Antony in the War of the Triumvirate and chose to die rather than become Octavian's war prize. 1676. Praying Indian, John Alderman, shoots and kills Metacomet, the Wampanoag war chief, ending King Philip's War. It was the deadliest war you've never heard of. In the space of little more than a year, 12 New England towns were destroyed, many more damaged, and the colony's economy was all but ruined, its population devastated. 1/10 of all military-aged European men were dead. The native population fared far worse. More than half of New England towns were attacked by Native American warriors in the 2 years of King Philip's War. 1981, the IBM personal computer released. Byte magazine predicted it would have a significant effect on home computing. Equipped with a whopping 16K of memory and titles such as VisiCalc, a primitive spreadsheet, and Adventure, it sold for $1,599, the modern equivalent of more than $4,000. 1994, Major League Baseball players go on strike rather than accept the owner's imposition of a salary cap. This will force the cancellation of the 1994 World Series and shorten the following season by 18 games. It cost Yankee Don Mattingly a chance to play in the postseason and likely cost Montreal baseball fans their team. The fan base never recovered, and the team moved to Washington a decade later. And finally, 1877, Thomas Edison attempting to improve the telegraphic transmitter when he noticed something. He then spoke into the machine and recorded this.
Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. It followed her to school one day, but now the lamb is dead. But it still goes to school with her between two chunks of bread.
That was Thomas Edison, inventor of the phonograph, on this day, August 12th, 1877. You probably didn't know the second verse of Mary Had a Little Lamb. Now you do, but you probably wish you didn't. With history, I'm Donald Ing.
Wow. I'll never look at Mary Had the Little Lamb the same way again, Rob.
No, not at all. I knew nothing about bread or anything else. So thank you to Thomas Edison, who actually my grandfather worked for. So kind of cool there.
Cool.
So
and thanks to Donald Ing for the history report.
Oh, he's the best. And
he always does a good job.
Brought up the very sad news of 1994, which is still devastating to the likes of me. Really not a lot of sports to talk about, Kate, in terms of, last night and the day before and things like that. Really what we're talking about is getting ready for football season and high school sports season in general, and it is coming up, and very soon, this is what we call a tease in the trade, we will be giving you our full play-by-play schedule. In fact, we'll be doing it in a rather grand fashion in the not-too-distant future, in fact. But I can tell you, just to give you an idea, a couple of games on the docket. How about September 19th, when we start by visiting the Ridgefield High School, New Canaan Rams going up against the Ridgefield Tigers at Tiger Hollow. I can tell you Thanksgiving morning. I think I can get away with telling you that one. And I'm willing to guess we don't have to go out on a limb to tell you what that game is. Probably Darien, New Canaan, I'm just saying. And, oh yeah, by the way, the worst kept secret in the world, we'll have the Greenwich New Canaan football matchup, which is the Marinelli Bowl of 2015. So all of that is what's coming up. Really not too far away from now, believe it or not. It's just about a month away from the first FCAC football game. And even closer than that, football begins in places like Vermont, New York State, and the rest of Connecticut. So all of that coming up as we get a little further in. And again, we'll do it in a fairly grand fashion to let you know exactly what's going on with our entire sports schedule coming up in just a few weeks. But that's it for sports for now. I'll throw it back over to Kate Czaplinski.
All right. Thanks, Rob. Well, bringing back some more news this morning. Homegrown tomatoes are one of the greatest pleasures of the summer, but they are at risk along with potatoes. Late blight infection affecting the two crops was reported in Litchfield County on July 18th, and Yukon is sending out an alert. With moist weather, the pathogen Phytophthora infestans will spread rapidly on wind currents. Fungitis can be applied preventatively to protect the plants. Active ingredients to look for include chloranopyl, manib, mancozeb, and copper formulations. Organic growers can use copper formulations. Symptoms of late blight include large brown leaf lesions, dark brown stem lesions, and brown, bumpy, and firm lesions on fruits. During humid or wet weather, white spores will be visible within the lesions. Infected plant parts or plants should be removed and disposed of, bagged and placed in the trash, or you should bury about a foot deep, according to UConn. Well, in other news, August 11th, 2015 was just another dog day of summer for most people, but not for Patrick O'Neill. For the 50-year resident of New Canaan, the day marked 100 years of life. And what a life. From pioneer days in Alaska as a child to vital military man during World War II to a long career in the mining industry in which he was named the National Mining Hall of Fame, O'Neill's legacy includes becoming an outspoken advocate for corporate policies that struck the right balance between profitability, social responsibility, and environmental stewardship. He became an industry leader in calling for measures to improve health, education, training, and safety of employees. The still razor-sharp O'Neill lives in a town condo with his wife of almost 50 years, Sandra. They both sat down recently with the New Canaan Advertiser's Michael Katarivas, recalling events of their lives. O'Neill spends most of his days talking to a variety of family members, friends, and corporate leaders while managing his finances. His sense of humor is terrific, according to Michael Katarivas, regardless of physical challenges. You can read the full story at ncadvertiser.com. Rob, can we take another quick look at the weather?
Absolutely, we can take another quick look at the weather, and so we shall. It's a beautiful day outside as we get you through this hump day edition, mostly sunny, with a high in the low 80s, partly cloudy with a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in the evening, mostly clear after midnight, lows in the lower 60s. Sunny and 80 for tomorrow, beautiful day, mostly clear, lower 60s. We're really blessed with a couple of nice days after the rain we had earlier in the week. Sunny and mid-80s for Friday with low 60s for Friday night to the weekend. Why not? We're that kind of we're those kind of people around here. Partly sunny, mid 80s for Saturday. Same for Sunday, mid 80s. 86 looks like they'll be the high, and we'll sit in the upper 60s for the lows each night. So pretty good stuff throughout the region. Nice weather as we throw it back over to Kate, and we look forward to really good weather, nice conditions outside, sunny, clear. So beautiful stuff, Kate.
Yeah, well, it's a good day to go to the zoo, too. And luckily, the zoo's coming to us later in this hour. Around 11:30, we're going to sit down with Greg Dancho of the Beardsley Zoo. But first, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, Jim Cameron's going to be talking transportation, and we have a lot more news after this.
It's Lots of Characters, specializing in children's birthday parties with your child's favorite characters. When you want to party hardy, when you need to celebrate, call us, we won't be late. We help create lasting memories for you and your child on their special day. Call us at 203-590-1791 or visit our website at lotsofcharacters.org for more information and to see our party packages. Lots of Characters, 203-590-1791 or online at lotsofcharacters.org.
Located in the heart of picturesque downtown Ridgefield at 13 Governor Street, Colby's is the area's premier retailer for blinds, shades, shutters, and draperies, and is one of the select few Hunter Douglas Gallery dealers. A family-owned and operated company, Colby's experienced staff will work with you in choosing the best treatments for your home or office and offer free measuring and expert installation. Colby's also carries an extensive line of decorative fabrics including Schumacher, Durley, Tebow, and more. Or browse over 400 books in our wallpaper library from famous designers such as Stroheim, Schumacher, Ralph Lauren, Tebow, and York. Take advantage of our Fashion in Motion savings event with savings and rebates on Hunter Douglas shades with Power Rise technology. Colby's of Ridgefield. We are committed to your complete satisfaction. 203-438-8531.
The long winter is finally astern. Bait is invading the harbors, coves, and inlets. Stripers, fluke, and porgies are on the move. In the streams and lakes, trout, smallmouth, largemouth, and walleye have moved out of hibernation. At the dock shop, it's all systems go. And now in 2 locations, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, and their newest location at 609 Riverside Avenue in Westport. Bait, tackle, apparel, and of course, all the marine and nautical accessories that they're known for are ready for you at the dock shop. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport. Visit us at docshop.com.
Kite Rockefeller Estate is Westchester County's top cultural attraction and is now open for the season. Don't miss out. Go online to hudsonvalley.org to plan your visit. Take a drive out to beautiful Sleepy Hollow, New York, and enjoy Kite stunning architecture, breathtaking gardens, expansive art galleries, and commanding Hudson River views. From world-class art by Picasso and Warhol to expertly tended gardens, there's something for everyone. Kite Rockefeller Estate, a National Trust for Historic Preservation landmark.
Now you can keep up with what's happening in Darien with the convenience of the Darien Times Online. Your choice. Print or digital subscription for just $45 a year. Or get the print and digital bundle for just $10 more, $55 a year. To subscribe to the Darien Times, go to hersamsecure.com/CIRC or call the circulation department at 203-894-3388. The Darien Times, now in print and online. Don't miss a single issue. Subscribe today.
You're listening to Hersam Acorn Radio.
What are the secrets of Easy Pass? I'm Jim Cameron for Talking Transportation. Commentary and analysis
What
of
are
getting
the
around
secrets
in Connecticut.
of Easy Pass?
As a college student in the early 1970s, I had a summer job as a toll collector on the Tappan Zee Bridge. Boring job, but great pay. But even then, it was clear that toll collection would become automated. At first, with those special lanes with the baskets that you throw your change into, assuming you had the correct change, and nobody ever did. But by the early 1980s, the states of New York and Pennsylvania's toll authorities, which between them make up 2/3 of the United States' $3 billion a year tolling industry, well, they began experimenting with electronic toll tags, as much to reduce congestion at toll booths as to replace human collectors. But it was Oklahoma that introduced the first toll tag in 1991. Today, you can travel roads from Maine to Illinois to Virginia and use the same Easy Pass. And Connecticut drivers, get ready. Everyone knows tolls are in our future. Easy Pass technology is pretty simple. Each pass contains an RFID chip, which, when pinged by an outside reader, transmits a unique code identifying you as the pass holder. Your ID is recorded, and the toll is deducted from your account. As an incentive, most systems offer Easy Pass users a discount. For example, the cash toll for cars on the Tappan Zee Bridge is $4, but Easy Pass holders only pay $4.75. The Tappan Zee Bridge even offers high-speed, 35 miles an hour, high-speed lanes that read your Easy Pass without even having you stop. But gateless toll lanes are being taken advantage of by some. The New York Port Authority estimates that 2% of all vehicles drive through Easy Pass lanes without paying, and that costs that agency almost $7 million a year in lost revenue. On the Henry Hudson Bridge, which links Manhattan and the Bronx, all lanes are Easy Pass, as there have been no human toll collectors there since 2014. If you don't have a toll tag for the $2.50 fee, they snap a picture of your license plate and send you a bill through the mail for $5. But the MTA says they've been unable to collect about $4 million in tolls from those people who were billed. Even law-abiding Easy Pass holders should know that Big Brother may be watching them, even miles from any toll lane. The New York City Department of Transportation uses hundreds of Easy Pass readers in Manhattan, it says, to monitor the flow of traffic. But the New York Civil Liberties Union calls that an invasion of privacy. Combined with the millions of data points collected by New York City Police Department license plate readers, it's pretty hard to keep your whereabouts a secret. Never mind that your cell phone is constantly broadcasting your location. Your Easy Pass could even let authorities determine if you were speeding as you pass between readers, though the New York Thruway insists that's not in the plans and probably would not stand up in court. So the choice is yours. Pay cash, wait in long toll lines, and remain anonymous. Or get an Easy Pass, enjoy the discounts and speedy trips, but leave a record of your travels. Jim Cameron for Talking Transportation. Jim Cameron for Talking Transportation.
All right, thanks, Jim. Well, he always brings up some good points. Rob, I think we're going to wrap this half hour of news, and we're going to bring on our friends from the Connecticut Beardsley Zoo. But first, how about one more look at the weather today?
Yeah, pretty exciting to have the Beardsley Zoo back here. Of course, we had a great day there not all that long ago, although at this point it seems like a lifetime ago. Mostly sunny day, a beautiful day outside, beautiful blue sky overhead, highs in the lower 80s. Tonight, partly cloudy, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in the evening, then mostly clear after midnight, lows in the lower 60s. Sunny, a high around 80 for Thursday, mostly clear in the lower 60s for Thursday night. A sunny day for Friday with highs in the mid-80s and partly cloudy, mid-60s the low for Friday, extending into the weekend. Basic carbon copy. Partly sunny, mid-80s Saturday, partly cloudy, low 60s, or upper 60s, for Saturday night, and basically the same right into Sunday. Beautiful day outside. Get outside and enjoy it. I'm Rob Adams. I send it back over to Kate Czaplinski.
All right. Thanks, Rob. Well, as we mentioned earlier, we're going to bring on some guests from the Connecticut Beardsley Zoo to talk about a new exhibit there. We're also going to be announcing the winners of our Watch and Win Wednesday giveaway. We're giving away tickets to the cast of Beatlemania at the Ridgefield Playhouse. So that is coming up after this.
Healthy, confident smiles begin at Stratford Orthodontics. Conveniently located on Main Street, we are Stratford's hometown orthodontist. We offer the latest in orthodontic technology, including Damon braces and Invisalign. We always accept new patients. Call today to schedule a complimentary consultation. 203-375-8332. Stratford Orthodontics, 2499 Main Street, Stratford. 203-375-8332. And online at stratfordsmile.com.
Did you know that taking dance lessons is a great date night idea? Arthur Murray Grand Ballroom of Greenwich is a fabulous place to learn to dance and meet new people. Located at 6 Lewis Street, our studio is staffed with professional instructors ready to teach you salsa, waltz, rumba, hustle, tango. There's a dance for every season. And we are rated #1 on the knot.com. We are the wedding dance specialists. Take advantage of our new student offer, only $49. Call 203-769-1800. Visit us online at arthurmurraygreenwich.com.
It's grilling season, and Walter Stewart's Market is your local destination for the finest grill-ready certified Angus beef strip steaks, skirt steaks, 100% grass-fed ribeyes, all-natural pork ribs, Arthur Ave-style kebabs, fresh-cut veggies, delicious grab-and-go salads, chilled rosé wine, and ice-cold craft brews right next door. Walter Stewart's, your fresh local market. 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, and shop online for groceries and wine delivered to your door at stewartsmarket.com.
It's easy to advertise on HANradio.com, reach 263,000 listeners each month with our sports programming and talk programming. Call Marianne Hersam at 203-417-5199.
A variety of food trucks, hands-on activities, live music, plus top superstars of women's tennis and the Men's Legends event. The 2015 Connecticut Open presented by United Technologies, August 21st through the 29th. Get your tickets today at ctopen.org.
Kaicote Rockefeller Estate is Westchester County's top cultural attraction and is now open for the season. Don't miss out. Go online to hudsonvalley.org to plan your visit. Take a drive out to beautiful Sleepy Hollow, New York, and enjoy Kaicote's stunning architecture, breathtaking gardens, expansive art galleries, and commanding Hudson River views. From world-class art by Picasso and Warhol to expertly tended gardens, there's something for everyone. Kaicote Rockefeller Estate, a National Trust for Historic Preservation landmark.
Now you can keep up with what's happening in Darien with the convenience of the Darien Times Online. Your choice. Print or digital subscription for just $45 a year. Or get the print and digital bundle for just $10 more, $55 a year. To subscribe to the Darien Times, go to hersamsecure.com/CIRC or call the circulation department at 203-894-3388. The Darien Times, now in print and online. Don't miss a single issue. Subscribe today.
You're listening to Hersam Acorn Radio.
We're back with your coffee break live on the HAN network, streaming live at hanradio.com/livestream. I'm Kate Czaplinski, and I'm joined by two very special guests. I have Greg Dancho, director of the Connecticut Beardsley Zoo, and my special helper today, Mia Recupero, is also joined us because Greg has brought a zoo creature with you, Greg.
I did.
You did?
I heard that Mia's, she wanted something special, but oh well.
She wanted a chinchilla, but we brought something a little bit different. But
a little different than chinchilla, yeah. It's about as different as you can.
Probably on the opposite spectrum.
Yeah, exactly.
But Greg, you're also here today because the zoo has a new exhibit opening. It's very exciting.
Yes, so we're opening up. We just opened up our new anteater exhibit, which is not really an. It's called the Pampas Plains. The Pampas Plains is a group of exhibits that are part of our South American adventure. South American Adventures actually started with our rainforest display. We look at the zoo, we look at different things that people can come see, but also we look at conservation, education. So of course, when we start looking at these things, the first thing that comes up is what areas of the world are the most, vulnerable, the ones that need the most conservation, most education. South America still is that area. Right. So the rainforest was really the start of this whole thing. But the South American Adventures, again, continued with our maned wolf exhibit, which showed animals of the grasslands. And then we decided, well, something, the grasslands are very important, have ecological importance also, because people don't think of them. They think about the rainforest. They think of, okay, that's the place where there's a lot of things going on. Medicines are coming out of there. The biodiversity is huge. Mm-hmm. But actually, the grasslands are very important also for the South American area. So we decided the Pampas Plains would be something we could work on. So we're just finishing up on that project. We finished up that project. We have opened it up with really the animal that is the most people I think will be the most excited about is our giant anteaters, which is Pana and Ao. We got these animals from the Girard Park Zoo, West Palm Beach Zoo, and they are really cool. They really are.
How are they settling in?
Good.
Yeah.
We had to have them. Every animal that comes in the zoo has to go through at least 30 days of quarantine. Mm-hmm. So with the 30 days of quarantine, they had to be in our hospital and make sure that they were healthy, make sure they were happy, make sure we're feeding them correctly. And then we get them used to our keepers, get them used to the area, get them used to the new holding area. People wanted to know why, when we got them up to our new holding area, why do we get them right in the exhibit? Mm-hmm. Well, the problem with that is if you put them in the exhibit right away, they don't realize where their home base is. So they can get stressed out if we try to get them in, and put them back where they belong for the evening for feeding and stuff like that. And as you can see in the picture, they love to rip apart logs and look in there for termites and ants. So we would give them enrichment. This is actually an enrichment device going around. Mm-hmm. It's not really that hard, going around on the grounds, finding some old log and then throwing it to them. They just tear it apart. But the exhibit, they were inside for a while, and get them used to that. And then we got them outside in the exhibit. And the last couple days, they've been roaming around. We have a pool inside the exhibit they can go swimming with.
Nice. So sounds like a nice place to visit.
Actually, it's kind of interesting. People thought there was a little baby elephant in there, which was kind of strange. But they had a little baby elephant because all they saw in the pool was this big nose, coming out of the water. They didn't see a head, didn't see anything but a nose, because that's really all they needed to have out there.
Yep.
And was staying under the water and then back, and then came out and you could see it was a giant anteater. But they actually are really good swimmers.
Yeah.
So they love being in the water. They love being swimming around. And we're really excited to have them. We also mixed the exhibit up with our Chicoan peccaries. Chicoan peccaries are the largest of the South American pigs, wild pigs. We moved them from our old, we call it the peccary yard, but it's actually the old elephant yard. Mm-hmm. When the zoo used to have elephants years ago, we moved them to the new exhibit. We moved our rhea to the new exhibit, and in the spring of this coming year, we're going to be putting in vicuña. Vicuña are the smallest of the South American cameloids, the smallest of the llamas. When you go look at llamas, you know what llama is, right? Do you ever hear the song "Llama in My Pajamas"? No, never. I'm not going to sing that either. I don't remember it either. I have to think about it. But we have llamas, and then llamas. You have the wild version of llamas, the domesticated version of the llama. The wild version is the alpaca, is the guanaco, and then you have alpacas, which is the domesticate of those species, smaller, and the wild versions of vicuña. So they're the smallest of them, and they're really cool. They haven't been in the country for 30 years.
Oh wow!
We were trying to get them in for the exhibit this year, but they're being moved from Germany. So when you're moving an animal from across the pond, it takes a long time. There's a lot of bureaucratic things that go on, a lot of red tape, quarantine issues, and making sure the animals are healthy. So we're happy that we get the exhibit finished and have it all ready for them in the spring.
Very cool. And I noticed the advertising for the anteaters has been great. The billboards all over the highway. Can you tell us what those?
Well, it's interesting and I hope people, when they look at our billboards, we spend a lot of time on our billboards over the years, and we figure if we're going to put a billboard up, we have to put some time into it so people remember it.
Yeah.
And so this year we were looking at it saying, well, can we put a giant eater up on the billboard? Well, giant eaters are really kind of a weird looking,
strange
animal.
looking,
A while ago. They look strange. So putting that up there, we try to figure how would that get people excited. And we said, well, you know something, maybe the idea is the thing that really should be worried about the giant anteaters are ants.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided to have the ants be the thing on the anteater, on the billboards for the anteaters. So we have fun with that. It's one of our best things. We get the team together and we sit around and go, okay, what's going to make this so people drive by and look at it and go, what? And then that's hopefully how they remember us and come visit the zoo.
Well, I think our little helper here might be losing interest in this interview, Greg. So
I'm sorry. Am I boring?
I think we're talking too much. Should we
boring.
see what Greg brought?
You want to see it?
Let's check it out.
Okay.
We hope it didn't escape into the office, though.
Or escape right now.
What's it going to be?
Ooh! Here we go. Whoop! You almost got me. There we go.
Wiggly little guy.
He is a wiggly. This is a. Here we go. Let me get him up here. You want to see him closer? I said it's not a chinchilla. Chinchillas are what? Very furry and soft, right? Yeah.
She knows where they're from too. Do you know where chinchillas are from?
Where are they from? Andes Mountains.
Good job.
South America. That's exactly right. Well, these guys are not from the Andes Mountains. This is an American alligator. So this one comes from the south part of the United States. And this guy's just a baby. Have you ever seen the big alligators? Big guys? You know, they get much bigger. They're about 10 feet long. This guy's only maybe 2 foot long. This one was just hatched this year. So this one is a baby animal we use for our education programs. And we tell people about them. We talk about them. We say it's a reptile. You know what a reptile is? What's a reptile? Does it keep you warm? Is a reptile warm or cold? Cold, right? You want to touch him? You want to touch his tail? Here.
I'll touch his tail. Can I touch his tail? And then maybe Mia will want to.
You can.
Oh, wow.
I'll keep the other side away from people.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Because these guys are really cool.
That feels really cool.
They like to swim a lot. They keep their eyes on top of their head.
Wow.
See where their eyes are? See up on top of the head? You know why? Because when he's in the water and he's swimming around looking for something to eat, right? What do you see? You only see his eyes, right? You never see the rest of his body because the rest of his body's hanging underneath the water. So he's able to sneak up on things. Right now he's keeping his mouth open because he doesn't know what's going on. He's just a little baby. And little babies get scared, right? When little babies get scared, and he doesn't know where he is right now. He's looking at you going, I don't think I can eat her. Yeah, I think she's a little too big for me. So this guy's really cool. We use him all the time in programs. And when he gets a little bigger, we'll send him back to his home in Florida, and we'll get some new babies to come in.
Oh, so do you guys have any full-grown alligators?
We do have full-grown alligators at the zoo. They're about 8 feet long now. We had a pair at the zoo that were over 10 feet long and weighed over 400 pounds. Do you know how do you move an alligator? How do you move an alligator? Very carefully. I knew that wasn't going to go anywhere.
Didn't go.
You want to try your tail here?
It's pretty cool.
I'll leave him on the ground just like that. See? You want to try it?
Yeah,
you do
go
want to
for
try
it.
Right here. Touch him right there.
Mia's pretty brave.
Come on, you do. You want to touch him right there. Go ahead. Go ahead. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Is he nice and soft? Right here. Go right here. That's even softer. Go ahead. Right there. No? You want to touch him back here? 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 Want to touch his belly? Belly's really soft.
Ooh, is the belly soft?
Rub his belly.
Touch it. Let me see. I want to know if it's soft.
Try it. Try it. You know what happens with alligators, you can put them to sleep if you do it this way.
Really?
Yep. You can just go like this, and you rub their belly.
So like humans,
and then they
basically.
just go to sleep. Do you go to sleep if you get your belly rubbed? No? I don't think I do either. But see how he's going to sleep? Look, he's going to sleep. He's not moving anymore, right? Yeah.
Wow.
Whoop, done.
That's pretty cool.
He's out cold. You want to try and touch him now? No? You sure? Okay.
So, Greg, when we visited you guys at the zoo, a lot of the animals you brought for us to meet were like rescued from the area.
Right. These guys are not rescued. These are part of educational program animals. and then we use them for that purpose for people to learn about them. And again, one of the nice thing about alligators is that these were an endangered species in the country. They were an animal that was almost exterminated because of for their skin, for their meat, because the Everglades are, areas that they lived in were dried up. They're also because people are scared of them, but because of conservation methods, they're actually coming back very well in all areas, and they're actually being farmed now. So you can go down to the southern part of the United States or any place actually find alligator meat, alligator shoes, alligator belts. Now again, do we like seeing that happen? Not really. However, because now they have an economic program with them, that's why they're being saved.
Right.
And what's interesting about alligators is that if you're living in the swamp, you think an alligator is a good thing or a bad thing if you were living in the swamp. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Good or bad? What do you think? Some people say bad. You know why? Because they think that an alligator is going to eat them if they're in the swamp. Ooh. What alligators do are very good for swamp areas, because what they do is they're the ones that keep during drought areas. You know what a drought is? When it stops raining for a while, right? We almost have a drought here in Connecticut. What alligators do is they dig down into the swamp, into where they are, and they call them alligator holes. And alligator holes, they make sure that they have water so they can live. So if they make an area where water that they can live in, then that means that other animals can live there too. They come over and get a drink. So if the alligators disappear, those water holes would dry up, and the animals would also have to leave or go someplace also too. Wow. So alligators are very important for the environment down where they live.
Yeah. And I know the Beardsley Zoo is really focused on conservation and education, right? Especially about what kind of pets to have. Now we have heard stories about people having alligators as pets.
That's one of the things. You're looking at this little baby here, and you think, "Oh,
so
how cute that is."
Yes.
And he's just rubbing his neck, but they really are not. These are animals that are not pets. They're actually in Connecticut. It's illegal to own alligators as a pet. They can grow very large, can get dangerous. And it's an exotic animal, should not be in somebody's pet animal. Again, even the ones we have at the zoo, once they get to a certain size, we'll move them back to Florida, because we want to make sure they're being handled correctly. Right. Even in our facility, we want to make sure that if they get to be 10 feet long, they outgrow our area. We won't have that there. We'll make sure they have a healthy, happy home. And so these guys, a lot of times people will buy these animals and have them for a while, and then they'll get rid of them. We've actually had one on Bunnell's Pond, which is right outside the zoo. We had somebody from the park come to us and say, "I saw an alligator out in the pond."
That's scary.
And we're like, 9 times.
Did you guys put it there? What did they think you guys put it there?
9 times out of 10, you're thinking it's a tire floating or a log floating in the pond. There's no alligators living in Bunnell's Pond. But I went down to look anyway, and lo and behold, there was a 3-foot alligator sunning itself on the bank, and somebody had it as a pet and just decided to put it in the pond. Luckily enough, it was cold enough to where he was a little lethargic because they are cold-blooded. Right now he's loving my hand because my hand's nice and warm, and he's just going to sit there and bask in my hand.
And so our studio lights, I'm sure.
He was basking on the side of the bank, and we were able to grab him and get him out of there, because he would have died over the wintertime. Yeah, we see a lot of that happening. People buy things, and that's when you look at stuff like this, the whole idea is you think about what you're doing before you buy it. Alligators are not pets. They look cool, but they're going to get big. Right now at the zoo, and the last time we were at the zoo, we saw our spur-thighed tortoises. All those animals were confiscated pets or dropped off or abused animals. Wow. So again, when you go to a pet store, and I'm not saying people shouldn't have animals as pets and should not have things like that. I mean, as a kid, I had snakes as a pet. However, research what you're doing. Don't do it as a fly-by-night. Oh, look at that! It looks really cool. I'll take it home and I'll take care of it. An
impulse buy.
Yeah, impulse buying is the worst thing for animals. And so, if you're going to do something, then make sure you research it first. Yeah. Want to touch them again? No.
Want to try the belly now?
Okay.
And so, Greg, this
I'm
obviously.
I'm so sorry to bring you a chinchilla.
Oh,
but next time.
Right.
Next time, I'll have a chinchilla.
This is obviously a busy season for you guys. And when's the last time a new exhibit opened? Has it been a while?
An exhibit of this magnitude?
Yeah,
it's been a while. This was a program that was funded by the Connecticut Zoological Society, And this is the first real major exhibit that's been opened by the zoo from the Connecticut Zoological Society. We're so excited about this. It's a $750,000 project.
Wow.
So that's all been raised by the society. We've gained support from the city of Bridgeport to help us do some manpower, some in-kind services, and we continue to work with them on that. So again, it's a cooperative effort. We've got a really nice exhibit going. We're going to be working with the city again to build some new exhibits again for the next few years. We have a spider monkey exhibit coming on board pretty soon, hopefully next year. And then we were able to get money from the state of Connecticut to do a capital improvement project at the zoo, which is our Andean bear. So hopefully we'll start designing that exhibit this winter and hopefully start construction next year to open it for 2017.
Wow, so a lot of big
and
things.
again, if you look at that, that's all part of the South American adventure. This is all part of that master plan to move the zoo forward into some of these new exhibits.
Wow. Well, you guys do a great job, and it really is a destination. We want to go back and broadcast again because that was a blast.
Anytime.
All right. Well, Greg Dancho of the Connecticut Beardsley Zoo, thanks so much for joining us. And Mia, thank you for coming on.
Mia.
Maybe next time Greg comes in, he'll bring that chinchilla.
I'll bring the chinchilla.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with more after this.
Healthy, confident smiles begin at Stratford Orthodontics. Conveniently located on Main Street, we are Stratford's hometown orthodontist. We offer the latest in orthodontic technology, including Damon braces and Invisalign. We always accept new patients. Call today to schedule a complimentary consultation. 203-375-8332. Stratford Orthodontics, 2499 Main Street, Stratford. 203-375-8332. And online at stratfordsmile.com.
Did you know that taking dance lessons is a great date night idea? Arthur Murray Grand Ballroom of Greenwich is a fabulous place to learn to dance and meet new people. Located at 6 Lewis Street, our studio is staffed with professional instructors ready to teach you salsa, waltz, rumba, hustle, tango. There's a dance for every season. And we are rated #1 on the Knot.com. We are the wedding dance specialists. Take advantage of our new student offer, only $49. Call 203-769-1800. Visit us online at arthurmurraygreenwich.com.
It's grilling season, and Walter Stewart's Market is your local destination for the finest grill-ready certified Angus beef strip steaks, skirt steaks, 100% grass-fed ribeyes, all-natural pork ribs, Arthur Ave-style kebabs, fresh-cut veggies, delicious grab-and-go salads, chilled rosé wine, and ice-cold craft brews right next door. Walter Stewart's, your fresh local market. 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, and shop online for groceries and wine delivered to your door at stewartsmarket.com.
It's easy to advertise on HANradio.com. Reach 263,000 listeners each month with our sports programming and talk programming. Call Mary Ann Hersam at 203-417-5199.
A variety of food trucks, hands-on activities, live music, plus top superstars of women's tennis and the Men's Legends event. The 2015 Connecticut Open presented by United Technologies, August 21st through the 29th. Get your tickets today at ctopen.org.
Now you can keep up with what's happening in Darien with the convenience of the Darien Times Online. Your choice. Print or digital subscription for just $45 a year. Or get the print and digital bundle for just $10 more, $55 a year. To subscribe to the Darien Times, go to hersamsecure.com/CIRC or call the circulation department at 203-894-3388. The Darien Times, now in print and online. Don't miss a single issue. Subscribe today.
You're listening to Hersam Acorn Radio.
And we're back with more of your coffee break on this Wednesday morning. I'm joined now by Josh Fisher.
Hi, Kate.
Because, Josh, we have another Watch and Win Wednesday.
We do. We had so much fun with those Vibes tickets a couple weeks ago,
Sure
and now
did.
that we're back in Connecticut on a Wednesday, we were in Vermont, last week, if you
Yeah.
remember, on Wednesday.
Yep, I do remember.
We were at Orvis, right? No, we were at the Vermont News Guide front lawn, on a windy Vermont day. So
That's right, that was tent day. It was tent gate.
So yesterday, as you mentioned on air, and we tweeted out, was that It was a very simple way to enter this contest. You just had to retweet us or share our post that we put on Facebook to win tickets to go see the cast of Beatlemania at the Richfield Playhouse. And it's next Friday.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so it's a week from this Friday. So we're going to give away a few more tickets
It's actually next Saturday, sorry.
Oh, next Saturday, right. We had a long conversation
yes,
about
we did.
that. We have old calendars here at the HAN Network. So, do we want to just start announcing the winners now?
So we chose from a group of people that retweeted us or shared on Facebook. And so we have a few Twitter winners. And we're also going to announce some additional winners next Wednesday. So there's still time to retweet us if you want. You go to us either at HAN Network CT on Twitter.
Yes.
And Hersam Acorn Radio on Facebook. And you can find our post and retweet it or share it on Facebook. But who are the winners so far, Josh?
Well, Richard Dingy Jr. Is one of our Twitter winners. Yevgenia is one of our Twitter winners.
Give the Twitter handles
too, sorry.
Josh.
So, Mr. Dingy Jr., I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. It's Dingy Jr.
Dingy.
Dingy?
I would say yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. And Yevk USA is the Yevgenia tweet. And Maria Herrera, that's Mary H630, also won.
Awesome. So, yeah, thanks for participating, guys. And like I said, we'll announce more winners next Wednesday. And now, thanks to Greg Danshow at the Beardsley Zoo, we're going to have a Watch and Win Wednesday coming up where we give out some zoo passes.
Cool.
Those are good to have. And so you could definitely take a trip to the zoo before summer's over.
Alligators there.
I hear they do, too, though I hear Mia's not a big fan. No. No, but they have a lot of great stuff, like the new giant anteaters, so we're really excited about that. So that'll be a fun one, Josh.
Yeah, too bad Greg couldn't bring an anteater here.
I know, on a leash.
On a leash.
I'm sure we have
How
some
often
ants
do you have
somewhere.
to walk an anteater? I wonder. Is it?
I think they're high maintenance.
I want to, take my dog for the walk in the morning and just be walking down the street and seeing someone with an anteater.
That would be pretty great. They are strange-looking creatures, as we showed some photos before. But yeah, I'd love to get to the zoo soon and check those out. So very cool.
That's great.
That's
a lot
great.
of fun.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it for this Wednesday edition of your Coffee Break. We'll be back tomorrow at 11. If you missed anything, we are going to replay Coffee Break coming up next. So have a good day.
Hersam Acorn and HANradio.com. The leader in local news, sports, arts, and entertainment in southwestern Connecticut.